Hello there, everyone. Okay, so just how a hairdressing salon. This is over a 6-week period. How we introduced 44 new clients to a salon, 2,407 in new revenue from those 44 clients, which I believe is an average of around 50, just over £50, from just 555 ad spend. That's what I want to talk about, and I just want to break down. This one is. These figures, it works out to be about a 333% return on ad spend, which is, without being too boastful, which is sort of probably just the norm for the campaigns we get. It's great, but it's by no means the best that we're achieving, but it's good. It's a healthy return. They are profiting from their first-time visitor spend, meaning that our ad cost and our fees. Their first-time visitor ad spend is making more than eclipsing that, kept smashing that out of the water, and they're making a nice healthy profit off their first time visitor spend with rebookings then on top. So happy days. That's the priority for us. That's the goal. But it can always get better. Now, this one I wanted to make an example of because we've done a lot of refining. I just want to show want to talk about the benefits of split testing different ads and the benefits of being able to track the different ad platforms and to ascertain which ones are working best, because this is a real example of the benefits of split testing and how just running with one platform could have spelled disaster for them. That could have gotten far poorer results. Okay, so what I mean by that, so it's a hairdressing salon in Abingdon called Wisteria Avenue Hair Salon. We launched with them about mid to, I think it was late summer last year. And then obviously with all the disruption with COVID, we had campaigns on and off, but we had their ads running for about 3 or 4 months solid. And so the way we set it up is we created, we actually started with just 50% off color. And in order to get that 50% off color, each new client had to book a full priced cut and blow dry or just a blow dry. Now it went okay. It was profitable. It was by all means a good campaign, but they wanted more. They wanted, for their £10 per day ad spend, they wanted just to get more clients. They wanted more empty slots filled. So the easiest way of achieving this is altering and creating a more lucrative offer. Okay, a better offer for new clients. Yes, it means that they're not making as much money on that first time visit for the offer per new client, but the bottom line is if it's doubling the amount of clients through the door and they're getting, with rebookings on top, more often than not it works out to be, it certainly gets more bookings and it works out to be more money. That's what it comes down to. So we pivoted from the 50% off just color to a fixed 50% off their first visit, cut and or color, on the basis that the client must book services worth at least faces. So I've got a little bit of internet disconnection here. Apologies if that went a little bit fuzzy. And that 50% off did not include treatments or toners. That was full priced on top. So whenever a client added a treatment or a toner to their cut and or color, they had to pay full price for that. Okay, now, in the moment we pivoted and changed from that 50% off color only to 50% off cuts and colors, the full shebang, their bookings literally overnight doubled, if not tripled. I believe it was closer to tripled. And that is often what we find. I know that it doesn't really add up in terms of the saving. You think it shouldn't be such a huge increase, but for whatever reason, I think the fact that people had to pay a full price service to get the 50% off color dissuaded a few people, maybe. B, people simply cannot resist the half price tag. If you go 50% off a cut and color, even if you're doing time restrictions and a minimum spend, it's just, people are just going to be drawn to that like moths to a flame. I mean, yes, I know it's heavy discounting. Yes, you're not making as much as you normally would on a first time visitor. But for these guys, as a example, Wisteria, their bookings pretty much overnight tripled. They got a lot more people through the door, and their rebooking percentage was great. And with the upsells of toners and treatments at full price, they found those to be really good upsells, and they were getting it was significantly increasing their average spend per client on that first time visit. So there you go. So how did what digital platforms did we run? Well, like we do with most of our campaigns, we split tested, running ads for both Google pay-per-click and Facebook and Instagram, just on a £5 per day spend per platform. Okay. Now, what we did over the course of those 4 months, the way it works, the way we do this, guys, is whenever someone sees the ad on Google, they click on a Google ad, it takes them to a landing page. They then provide name and details to get an eVoucher. It's automatically emailed to them. And that eVoucher, the booking code or the promo code they had to quote that was on their eVoucher was Google 50. Okay. Now, Facebook ads, the exact same process. They see an ad on their Facebook, a potential new client. They click on the ad, redirects them to the exact same landing page, only it's a duplicate. The only difference is when they provide their name and details to get the eVoucher that is sent to them is identical in every way except it has a booking code Facebook 50. So the people that are clicking on Google ads and getting the eVoucher, their booking code is Google 50. The people that are clicking on the Instagram or Facebook or Instagram ads and ordering the eVoucher, their code is Facebook 50. So what we can do over time, we can then just look back month on month and see how many people have booked in using that code Google 50 and how many people have booked in using the code Facebook 50. And over time, we can start to see which platform is producing the best results and focus on that one. Now, in this case, the reason why I'm drawing this one as an example is what we found over time was 75% of their, actually 75 to maybe 80% over time of their bookings were coming from Google. Almost all coming from Google. So what we did before we relaunched their campaign back in mid-May, you know, obviously salons reopened here in the UK on the 12th of April, mid-April. A month later, they wanted to relaunch their campaign, but what we did is we looked back at all the various booking codes and we ascertained that Google was getting them 75 to 80% of their bookings. Well, when there's such a disproportionate amount coming from one platform, pause the losing platform, throw all your money into the winning platform. There's no, that's getting you for your spend more new clients. Makes sense, right? So we found the majority of clients were coming from Google. We then paused or deactivated their Facebook and Instagram ads, put all their ad spend, duplicated their campaign on Google and put all their ad spend into Google. And because of that, that's how we're now creating these results. And these results are, in the last 6 weeks, 2,407 in new revenue from my £555 ad spend. 44 new clients, that is first-time visitors. And on your life, a good percentage of those 44 new clients will be rebooking as well. Next month, obviously we're just continuing this campaign now. Next month, if we can keep drawing those same figures, we're actually going to bump up their ad spend because when you're making nearly $2,500 in revenue from £550 in ad spend, why not turn up the volume and just get it's working. Turn it up and get more clients and more revenue, more profit coming in. So we're turning up the volume on his ads. Not only will that increase his first-time visitors at this percentage, or we're looking to carry on those figures, but then the rebookings from May and June start coming as well. So this all, we take into consideration. We ask that they met their rebookings as well. So it gives you a more accurate first-time visitor spend, provided that's bringing in a profit, great. But a more accurate figure for us is including rebookings. That tells us more accurately what the return on ad spend is. And because of that, these figures are only going to get better month on month now for Wisteria Avenue Abingdon. And that's just one example of how when you split test ads, I mean, you can put, sorry, it says, it keeps saying it's reconnecting. I hope you guys can hear this, but look, you can put all your, when you're trying advertising means and digital advertising, you can throw your eggs in one basket, be it Facebook, Instagram, or both, Google pay-per-click, YouTube, any other medium, or you can split test, try them both, maybe spend a little bit of extra money in the first month, but then look back, because this is what can happen. I mean, just imagine for Wisteria if we were only putting all their campaign budget in Facebook, and yet after 4 to 5 months, we ascertained that split testing Google and Facebook, 80% of their clients were coming from Google. I mean, these figures would probably be half of what they were, would be nowhere near as good, that's for damn sure, if we were only running on Facebook. So that's why when you're doing it, that's why we always recommend run multiple platforms, trial the same offers on Google, Facebook, Instagram. Just use different booking codes or promo codes per platform that your potential new clients must quote when they visit. And over time, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you might see that they're fairly even split. A lot of the campaigns we do are fairly evenly split. Some of the campaigns we do, like Wisteria, there's a big discrepancy. There's a big difference. And if you're one of those, well, now you know which platform is getting your new clients. You know which one to roll with, and you're just going to get more and more new clients for your ad spend. And it's working. Happy days. So that's the one I wanted to draw. Fantastic, Wisteria. I mean, we do our, at the beginning of each month, we send off, the way we do it is we send off reports to all our partners saying exactly what their total ad cost was, their cost per lead, how many offer eVoucher downloads or offer potential, people who have become lead, what the cost per lead is, etc., etc. The salon then reports back to us how many bookings they've had with those eVouchers. We can then tell them exactly what their profit or loss is. Almost always it's profit, of course, and their gross, their profit or loss, and the total cost to acquire each new customer. That's a really good, interesting stat as well. That's including our fee. In Wisteria's case, you do the math here to recruit the 44 new clients. It only costs them £12. Total cost to recruit each client. I believe their average spend, first time visitor spend per new client was around about the 52, about £50 mark, something like this. So these great figures, very successful. But total transparency. We want to know and be able to tell each partner exactly what their profit or loss is and how much it has cost them to acquire each new client per month. And if it's not where it should be, we know we've got some work to do, and it's up to us to make improvements and tighten their campaign. But go if you do your own marketing, you go it yourself. Great stuff. All power to you. If I can just the important thing to take away here from this live is trial different platforms. Trial, split test, run side by side, or maybe 1 month Google, 1 month Facebook. Better that you split them side by side to get a more accurate reading though, because these industries are seasonal. It's better running them side by side to get a more accurate sense of which one's working best. Use different codes for both. Someone has to book after they see a Google ad, they've got to state a code. Someone that books after they see a Facebook or Instagram ad, they state a different code. Then you'll see over time which platform is bringing in the coin, bringing in the cash. If it's both, great. But if one's kicking the other one's ass, well, you know which one to focus on. So there you go. Okie dokies. Wishing you a busy Friday. A busy Saturday. I know I'm going to be working almost all day Saturday. Things are, it's great. I don't mind it at all. I love it, to be perfectly honest. But I wish you guys all a highly profitable weekend period, and I shall speak to you shortly. See you later.